What's up everyone, Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition, and this is the review of the WWE Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley. Just a heads up, I will not be reviewing the ring in this video because I didn't buy the ring. I found somebody to share the cost and they received the ring. I got the Rhea. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. That's the current goal. There will be more WWE action figure reviews, as well as Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, all sorts of crazy stuff will be coming up in the future, but let's get to 1,000 so I can really show you all my brutality. Speaking of which, this is my brutality right here, Rhea Ripley Ultimate Edition. Let's talk about this figure. But first of all, I love it. It's the quintessential Rhea Ripley action figure. There's really no better Rhea figure out on the market at the time of this recording. Although there is a very nice Elite coming up in the future, so if you're a Rhea fan, make sure you check that one out. And I have a lot of good things to say about this, but I'm going to start with some criticisms that I just want to get out of the way, because this could have been a 10 out of 10 figure. Instead, it's like a 9 out of 10. So my gripes with this are what it comes with. The complete absence of accessories. We get the belt, which is great, the custom belt with the nameplates on the side. We get 2 sets of hands. We get fists, and we get gripping hands. We get 2 heads, basically the same. One is slightly smiling, the other is not slightly smiling. Just very plain accessories for a figure that I moved a little bit of heaven and earth to try and get my hands on, let's be completely honest. And I understand that it's an accessory that comes with the ring, but if it's an Ultimate Edition, I think this figure would have been put over the top if it came with a screaming head or a more of a crazy, manic, grinning head, as well as a soft goods t-shirt. Now you can see right here I've got a jacket on it. That is the jacket from the first Rhea Elite, so a little bit of kit bashing to sort of bring it up a notch even more. So talking about the packaging for a second, I thought that my box was empty. That's how light it felt. I genuinely thought that they had just forgotten to put the plastic bubble in the box. And I don't mind these Ultimate Edition boxes, but this one did feel very, very light when I got it. But in terms of hanging onto it and keeping it for storage or getting an autograph on it one day, it's great for that purpose. Let's have a look at the figure here. She looks fantastic. The black and purple is, like I say, the quintessential Rhea Ripley color. We've got those angel wings on her tights on the front and on the back as well. The paintwork on mine is pretty flawless. All the purple on black looks great. All the tattoos look fantastic. A lot of tattoos on the back of her legs, which, by the way, ouch. Anybody? Just me? Alright. And the paintwork and everything that comes with this figure is just top notch. And in terms of appearance, like I say, there is no better Rhea Ripley out there at the moment. So having a look at the articulation on this one, we've got the butterfly joints, which actually go quite far back. A lot of people not a fan of how they look on the back of the figure, but I don't mind it. In fact, the trap, this little bit here, the little piece of plastic that's kind of a part of the mold, on this figure, it just makes her look more jacked. So I'm completely fine with it. So we've got the pinless double jointed elbows, pinless double jointed knees. Not a great deal of movement in the middle here or front to back. You get a little bit of it going backwards there, but not a great deal. You can't really crunch her forward, which is a bit disappointing. Not a great deal of articulation in the head area either. She obviously comes with the mummy choker as well. One thing that's a little bit of a shame is when you do bend the knees, it does break up the pattern of the fishnets and the tattoos, and you get a bit of a big white piece of plastic there, which it's not too bad. I didn't find it too disruptive, but just a heads up, that is a thing that happens. This one has toe articulation, which works perfectly fine, and the legs on this are nice and thick. Oh, also, she has drop-down hips, so just a heads up with that one. I'm really getting used to drop-down hips now, and I'm kind of loving it. But she stands up and poses very easily. Now, she comes with a new Women's Championship title that has the Rhea Ripley side plate, so that's a really nice addition, and I'm happy that they're finally putting custom side plates on there. I'm surprised it took them this long to start doing that. It just makes the belts mean a little bit more to the collectors, and it looks a little bit more authentic. Now, as Rhea Ripley comes from my hometown, I try and get all of her figures. I couldn't get the one with the white attire, but I'm not too worried because I wasn't a huge fan of that attire anyway. But these are all the Rhea figures, and my elites are both cursed with loose ankles and loose knees, and they've always been very, very hard to get in a decent pose, so I've been desperately in need for a new Rhea Ripley. But this basic here, or main event, whatever they're calling them now, is a fantastic figure. With that being said, it doesn't do a great head swap. The head is a different size. You can really just see from here, it looks a little bit swollen. It's just a slightly microscopic bigger scale than the Elites or the Ultimates, which is a bit of a problem with the WWE figures these days. Different scaling between Elite and Ultimate and main event and things like that. But for the most part, they are fairly interchangeable, and you can still swap the head. I just don't think it looks that good. The neck also looks a little bit stunted as well. This is the other head from the Rhea Ultimate Edition. It's pretty imperceptible, but, there's no real advantage to one head or the other. The head on this main event figure is pretty good. So this is how she scales next to a smaller female figure like Io Sky. The Judgment Day, which I'm very much looking forward to getting Ultimate Editions of all 4 of these legends right here, especially Dominic. Give me that Eddie Guerrero mullet Dominic Ultimate Edition immediately. Or maybe you just prefer the Terror Twins on their own. Or maybe you want to team her up with Dominic's biological father, Eddie Guerrero. Or maybe she's going to be recruited by M. Bison and then have a Street Fighter-ish type of fight with Chun-Li. But as I do in every review, it's time for the Tarantino test.
Tarantino test.
This is the part of the video where we talk about the feet of the action figure, because I love unboxing my action figures and posing them and getting them in all these weird, crazy poses, and the feet are the most important part of that process, so I always like to take special attention to the feet. And the feet on this are actually pretty good. We got the toe articulation, which is a little bit loose, but that's okay. The ankles are great, it stands up fine. Every now and then the feet look a little bit mangled, and I don't know if it's just a little bit loose and it sits a bit crooked or whatever, but every now and then the feet look a little bit weird, but it's very easy to fix. But that's not going to deter Quentin Tarantino. He's going to give this a thumbs up. It is a pass for Rhea Ripley and the Tarantino test. Final thoughts on this figure is that I'm very happy with what we've got in the end, but I am a little bit disappointed that we didn't get more accessories. Rhea has had so many great t-shirts. We could have easily got a soft goods choice in there, even if it was a deep cut soft goods. Any kind of soft goods would have really increased the value of this figure, and also just the overall final product. I mean, you want to have something that is ultimate. Give me some soft goods or give me a screaming head. With that being said, we are in the age of the WWE action figure kit bash head swapping era, so I'm very confident that at some point in the future we're going to get a crazy good Rhea Ripley head where she's screaming or her tongue is sticking out, some kind of overly angry, full-on kind of expression is what I'm looking forward to putting on this Ultimate as soon as it comes out. But in the meantime, I'm very happy with the end result. Is it shelf-worthy? Hell yeah, this is front and center of everything shelf-worthy. Like I say, Rhea is from my hometown. I'm very proud of what she has been able to achieve in the WWE in the time that she has been there, and it is just an amazing ride watching her career. So this figure is incredibly sentimental to me, which is why I went so far out of my way to pick it up. But that's my review of the Rhea Ripley Ultimate Edition. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Help me get to 1,000. And if I'm past 1,000, help me reach 2,000. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your figs, ta-ta, and farewell.